Drag your fingernail across it, slowly, hard enough to feel the texture lift. The little dots of microscopic capsules, invisible to the eye but very real, breaking open under your nail one by one. Then lift the sticker to your nose and breathe in. Strawberry, or root beer, or chocolate that did not really smell like chocolate but smelled like the idea of chocolate. You have maybe 20 scratches before the sticker is just a sticker. You knew that. Every kid knew that. You did it anyway. This was the scratch and sniff sticker, and for almost 2 decades, it was one of the most cherished objects in elementary school. Most people haven't thought about them in 20 years. They just got older, moved out of childhood, and quietly left the stickers behind in shoeboxes at their parents' houses. Let's go back to what it actually felt like. You are 8 years old. It is a school day. Your teacher has just handed back your spelling test, and at the top of the page, next to your grade, is a sticker. Not just any sticker, a scratch and sniff sticker. You did not earn a sticker. You earned a smell. It might be a pickle, a grape, a pizza slice with a smiling face, a skunk that, for some reason, was supposed to smell bad, and somehow that was the most exciting one of all. The skunk sticker existed purely to ruin a perfectly good Tuesday, and children fought over it. You take your test to your desk. You do not put it in your folder. You hold it. You scratch the sticker once, lightly, just to confirm it works. It works. You smell strawberry, and then the girl next to you leans over. She wants to smell it. You let her. She holds your test up to her nose like it is the most serious thing she has ever held, and then she nods, like a scientist confirming a result, and goes back to her own desk. This is how the trade started. For the rest of the afternoon, every 15 minutes or so, you will quietly scratch the sticker again, just to check, just to make sure the smell is still there, just because. By the time you get home, the smell is already starting to fade. You will scratch it one more time at the kitchen table, then once more before bed. And then the next morning, the sticker will smell faintly of paper, and you will be a little sad, but you will not throw it away. You will put it in a folder, a shoebox, a small album made for exactly this purpose. Some of them held 100 stickers, sorted by smell, sorted by rarity, sorted by which ones you had 2 of, and which ones you were still hunting for. This was an economy, a small, fragrant, deeply serious economy. Here is a number that captures how big this got. By the mid-1980s, scratch and sniff sticker companies in the United States were producing over 1 billion stickers per year. Most of them ended up in the hands of children under 12. Verify, 1 billion stickers, sorted into albums, traded at recess, stuck to the inside of school lockers, pressed into the pages of diaries, saved for some reason by a generation of children who did not save much else. The same was true in Britain, in Canada, in Australia. Anywhere children went to elementary school, the scratch and sniff sticker eventually arrived. And the trades. The trades were brutal. A regular strawberry sticker was worth nothing. Everyone had a strawberry. But a popcorn sticker or a dill pickle sticker or the Holy Grail, a rare licorice sticker that smelled faintly like actual licorice and not just sweet chemical paper. Those were currency. Children kept mental lists of who had what, who would trade, who would not. Every classroom had a sticker-rich kid, the one whose mother bought them packs at the drugstore every weekend, and who walked around with a binder so heavy they needed both hands to carry it. Every classroom had a kid who refused to trade anything, ever, for any reason. And every classroom had a teacher who picked favorites, who handed out the popcorn and the pickle stickers to the same 3 kids every Friday and gave everyone else another strawberry. You knew. Everyone knew. Nobody said anything. A friendship could survive a betrayal at recess. A friendship could not always survive trading a rare sticker and getting a regular one in return. The technology behind these stickers was strange. The smell did not come from the ink. The smell came from millions of microscopic plastic capsules embedded in the surface of the sticker. Each capsule contained a tiny amount of scented oil. When you scratched the sticker, you were physically breaking open those capsules, releasing the scent into the air for the first and only time. Every scratch destroyed a piece of the sticker forever. You could feel it, in a way. The surface got smoother with each use. The smell got fainter. Eventually, there was nothing left to break. Some kids scratched their stickers so hard, so many times, that the surface turned completely white, a small, chalky patch where the capsules used to be. The sticker was technically still a sticker, but it was finished. You had used it up. The technology was invented in 1965 by an American scientist named Gail Matson, working at the 3M company in Minnesota. He was not trying to invent a children's sticker. He was working on a method of microencapsulation for use in carbonless copy paper, the kind of paper used for receipts and forms that produced multiple copies without needing carbon sheets between them. You were not thinking about microencapsulation technology in third grade. You were thinking about whether the pickle sticker was worth 2 grapes. The encapsulation worked. The carbonless paper worked. But somewhere in the development process, somebody at 3M realized that the same microscopic capsules that could hold ink could also hold scent. A scent that did not exist in the air. A scent that did not exist on the sticker. A scent that existed inside thousands of tiny plastic bubbles, waiting to be broken. 3M licensed the technology to a company called Trend Enterprises in 1981. That was the moment the Scratch and Sniff sticker, as a children's product, was born. For the next 15 years, Trend Enterprises and its competitors produced an estimated 1 billion stickers a year. They smelled like strawberry, watermelon, bubblegum, pizza, popcorn, root beer, banana, grape, peppermint, chocolate, cinnamon, pickle, peanut butter, taco, hamburger, dirt, skunk, and dozens of other things that were sometimes accurate and sometimes wildly off. The pizza one never smelled like pizza. Everyone knew this. Nobody cared. The most famous Scratch and Sniff stickers were made by a company called Mellow Smello, which dominated the market through the 1980s. Their stickers came in small foil packets, sold at drugstores, school book fairs, and supermarket checkout aisles. A pack cost about $1. It contained 20 stickers. You did not know what was inside the pack until you opened it. So opening a pack of Scratch and Sniff stickers had the exact same emotional architecture as opening a pack of Pokemon cards a decade later. The mystery, the hope, the disappointment of getting another regular strawberry. For one moment, children controlled the entire economy of their classroom on the basis of who had which smells. And then something started to change. It did not collapse the way other industries collapse. It faded. The first pressure was the toy market itself. By the early 1990s, the children's collectible space had become flooded. Pogs, Pokemon cards, Tamagotchis, Beanie Babies. Each new craze pulled children's attention and allowance money away from stickers. A Scratch and Sniff sticker still cost a few cents. But a child only had so many things to be obsessed with. The second pressure was the schools themselves. In the late 1990s and early 2000s, allergies and sensitivities to artificial fragrances became a growing concern in elementary schools. Some districts began discouraging teachers from giving out scented rewards. A handful banned them outright. The teacher's incentive to hand out a strawberry sticker on a Friday afternoon, once a small, harmless act of kindness, had become a tiny legal question. Most teachers just stopped doing it. And the third pressure was digital. The Scratch and Sniff sticker was a slow object. It asked you to wait, to put it down, to come back to it, to ration the smell across an afternoon because there were only so many scratches left. Children with screens did not have to wait for anything. The reward was instant, infinite, and it never used itself up. A small piece of scented paper, finite by design, could not compete with that. Once children stopped having to ration their stimulation, they stopped knowing how to ration anything. The stickers did not disappear from store shelves. They are still made today by Trend Enterprises and a handful of smaller companies. You can buy them online. But the economy is gone, the trades are gone, the albums are gone, the intense classroom-wide obsession with which smells you owned and which ones you were still hunting for. That ended quietly, sometime in the 2000s, and nobody marked the moment, and almost nobody noticed when it disappeared. This was never really just about stickers. It was about being 8 years old and being given something small and sensory that you got to own. About the way a teacher could turn an ordinary school day into a small event with the gift of a single piece of paper. It was about the surface of the sticker getting smoother with every scratch. About knowing, even at 8, that you were using something up, that the smell was finite, that every time you brought it to your nose you were spending it, and spending it anyway, because the alternative was saving it forever and never smelling it at all. It was about a small album in a desk drawer, about the kid in your class who had the licorice one and would not trade it, about the girl who leaned over to smell your spelling test, and the friend who let you scratch theirs, and the small, ordinary, completely forgotten generosity of a classroom full of children sharing smells with each other. It was about opening a foil pack at the checkout counter of a drugstore on a Tuesday afternoon and finding out what smells you got. It was about scent as memory, in the most literal sense, about scent as memory, in the most literal possible way. Children walking around with strawberry on their fingertips for hours after a single scratch. The smell of grape on the inside of a folder. The faint, almost imperceptible chemical sweetness of a sticker that had been used up but kept anyway. Smell is the strongest memory trigger the human brain has. A generation of children imprinted those exact artificial smells onto their nervous systems before the age of 10. You can still smell them, can't you? Right now, even though you haven't held one in 20 years. And if you ever dragged your fingernail across a small piece of paper and felt the texture lift, and lifted it to your nose and breathed in something that should not have existed there but somehow did, you remember something that was once completely ordinary and now is gone. If you ever had a scratch and sniff sticker collection, we want to hear about it. What was your favorite smell? Did you have an album? Who was the rich kid in your class? The one with the giant sticker book? Leave it in the comments. Every single one gets read. And if this kind of storytelling means something to you, please like this video and subscribe. It's how we keep making these. We'll see you in the next one.